Trying out some different encoding settings at this stream too. So things might look a little bit different. Only today though. Hello, Tommy Tamsworth. My stream today has two purposes. First is to try out some different encoding settings, see if I can get more stability. Also to show off my OpenFire DIY build. I had this spare GunCon 2, and I built an OpenFire system inside of it. It uses a Raspberry Pi Pico and some other things to make a much more versatile light gun than what I had before. See, find a way to get GunCon 2 work on a Mister. I just built OpenFire. I heard about that, but that seems more work than it's worth. Anyway, OpenFire is an open source DIY project. It stands for Open for IR Emitter. Like those light guns that arcade games have that don't use flashing lights, but I have to build 4 of these little IR emitters and put them around my monitor. You can see purple on the webcam, but to the naked eye, they're invisible. And they're more accurate than the Sinden light gun that I had before. Like, the Sinden technology is good, but it has a big weakness that there's a minimum length that you have to be from the screen in order to get good tracking, and I was only able to barely get that before. But with this, I don't know if you can see, there's a fisheye lens on there. I 3D printed a tube that couples the IR camera with one of those cheap Android mobile phone fisheye lens, so I can sit closer to the screen, and this is much better than what I had before. No, you don't need a white border, but you do have to do more DIY hardware building. You need to source some special infrared LEDs. I think it was worth the effort though, because I like the GunCon 2 a lot, mostly because this button here, the button on the bottom, that's my preferred alternate to the pedal, because I don't like using the buttons on the front for that. But speaking of the pedal, I also have this 3.5mm pigtail that I connect to an actual pedal, so all the electronics are inside the gun itself, and I don't need to put anything inside of the pedal, and it's a lot simpler. Anyway, Dragon Gun. It's a 1993 Data East game at the peak of their power. Its presentation and music is something else. So I'll get going here. I don't know if you saw the gun in the attract mode, but it's not an actual light gun. It's just a thing that stays in an analog stick, and it has a big button on the side. There are 2 playable characters, and you only see them at the end. But I'm gonna be player 2 because the attract mode text says she's from the Canadian wilderness and she was a top-class sniper. I think that's funny.
It's up to you.
But the deal with this game is you have to not shoot in order to charge your gun. But you want to be firing constantly. Well, not constantly, but you know, most of the time you want to have the trigger pulled down so you can handle incoming threats. But if you're not firing, you charge your shot up, and that's useful in situations where you face a large group. A single shot will take most of it out. But if you've ever played Terminator 2, the arcade game, or Revolution X, only things that hit the center of the screen or your side of the screen affect you. So if it's on the far left, if player 1 isn't there, you don't have to worry about it. And in fact, you shouldn't, so you can address things that will actually damage you first. but it's a little bit hard to tell what counts as the center of the screen. And no flashing lights because this is an analog game. I don't have to worry about that. Although there is a lot of screen flicker when I activate one of the bombs, which is important against bosses. Hot jams not long after stage 1 starts. And this presentation is just super good too, with all this sprite scaling and doors opening, and this enormous dragon that's not even the boss. And those little fantasy creatures carry items. You get 2 bombs at the end of every stage, so don't hoard them. Also, it's not... The track mode does also make it clear, but occasionally the announcer will give you instructions. Those came from a speaker inside the gun itself. And in MAME you can adjust the volume of all audio sources individually since 281, I think? So I set it to +2, so it doesn't... I think by default it's just way too loud, or way too quiet. Also, if you're not firing, it also tells you the names of enemies that you're pointing at, which is nice. So you know exactly what the name of the thing is that looks like it's not as close as it should be to damage you. Then you can beware of those. But to answer your question, the Sinden's more convenient, but it wasn't convenient for me because I have very little space in the room I'm streaming in. And that's not a problem with the IRs, because I like to be 2 feet away from the screen instead of around 4. So I can sit comfortably, not too much further from where I am, where I normally sit. I don't know how many life ups there are. There might be only like 2 or 3 total in the whole game, and one of them is on stage 1. I think the first 2 or 3 stages are actually reasonable. Stage 3 less so, but you can get through most of it. You can just normal skeleton warrior. And these things here, the blue bit shells, they damage you well before it looks like they should be able to, so you need to be on the lookout for those at all times. If you shoot on the head, it's still a threat to you. I just throw a bomb, just to be safe. Because the furthest I was able to get on 1 credit is the stage 3 boss. You can also shoot down the chandeliers, but I don't think it actually does anything. You can't make them land on enemies. I don't think there's any hidden items or anything either. They all get dropped by the white things. Webbit light. What do you call those? Oh, I want to run at least 3 light gun games for the Coin-Op Classic. At least 2 of them will not use... Okay, so I got 4 power-up items. The Dragon Sight's just maximum shot power for about 15 seconds or so. Just sweep the whole screen and everything goes away. Unfortunately, I don't think it's possible to carry it into the boss. And shield is, I think, just 1 free hit. Only for a limited time, though.
Are you trying to stop me?
I didn't take that hit there.
Shoot for the mouth.
So there's some flashing lights here because of this giant boss. Well, look at the scaling here. Really feels like that thing is throttling you.
Is it very painful? Enemy approaching.
I think there's exactly 1 pixel on this sprite that does a lot of damage, and you just have to find it and hold it on there. I'm kind of curious what a test looks like. See how much damage it's taking?
Beware of the flames.
My dragon gun's telling me to beware of the flames, which I already knew.
Beware of the flames.
That hit on the left side didn't count. This is not my player side. So I want to get 3 games in. I just have to decide which ones. This game's getting in for sure.
Your history.
And that's really loud. I don't know where that comes from. You get some life and 2 bombs after each stage. There's also a Japan version, but as far as I can tell, it doesn't have any gameplay differences. And also the voiceover's in Japanese, and it's not nearly as cool as Steve Miller. And now we have the power of flight. I think there's 8 stages in this. I feel like it can cut a stage or 2. We'll see how far we can go.
It's up to you.
This is a fantasy track. This is where the game starts demanding some knowledge checks. A couple of recurring enemies in this stage, where you have to know the trick to dealing with it, or you will take damage. Not these. These column things. Finally, all these crystals, so you take damage. Not too close. You have to shoot them down, but halfway through the health meter, you get iframes. So when that happens, you have to change targets as quickly as you can. I don't know if it's possible to get 1 CC on this game, because the high score counter, the high score screen counts the number of times you continued. So Data used like to do around this time. So I guess in theory you can, but I don't know any no runs. There's no runs of this game on real hardware because there's a few emulation glitches in MAME. There's a few missing graphics. That's on the right side. Don't hoard the bombs, because once you run out of bombs, you'll be able to get another one within, I think, 10 seconds? It's not a good bomb, but it's only good for clearing the screen. But it's better than nothing. And your bombs become less powerful the more you use them. I don't know what that thing is. At the maximum of level 5. And they just do more damage. All of them clear the screen though.
It's up to you. Shoot for the head.
No background here. I don't know if that's correct, but really highlights it's just you and the boss here. Pretty easy boss. You don't need to use a bomb here because it just does this. Take us out, like a space area boss. I just love the really effective use of sprite scaling on this, especially when the boss does stuff like this. The guy says behind you, but you can't even change your viewpoint. Where is the weak point? It's like it's not in the head. Should be fine. I should get all that health back next stage. Hurt me more.
Your victory!
Shoot for your life. I'm sure the Japanese text said something slightly different. But the storyline is, two ordinary expert marksmen have been isekais in the fantasy world and have to save this planet. Maybe they'll get out alive if they finish their quest. See if I can finish this in under 4
It's
continues.
up to you!
Got all that health back. And I have 8 bombs. I need to start using them. I suspect the number of bombs you have is a factor in rank. I have 9 bombs. I need to start using them now. Right before it goes to full, the crosshair vibrates a little for some reason. See if I can hoard at least. It says I have bomb 8, but my counter says 9, which is right.
Fire left! Right! Barrage!
This is the part of the game where damage starts mattering.
Fire left! Fire left! Enemy approaching!
Big dudes.
Light barrage!
Single bomb. Single bomb and some of your own shots will take that thing out. There's another one coming later, so I'm gonna use my next bomb on it. These power-ups are not especially useful right this minute, and they will be much later. But I think you only get 3 chances total to use Dragon Sight, and one of them is the last stage, and not even on the part that you actually would want to use it. Unless there's some hidden mechanic where skipping things gets you better items later. I wouldn't put it past Data East to do that.
Enemy approaching! Light barrage!
I don't know what the dog's about.
Keep going!
I probably didn't even need to use a bomb there. But I don't want to hoard them.
Fire right!
Another skeleton warrior? I missed both of those.
Enemy approaching! Light barrage!
I might be able to clear this stage if I don't mess the boss up. Emulation glitch. There's gonna be another one like it later.
Enemy approaching.
Cheap hit.
You look tasty.
Look at this scene.
It's up to
Surrounded
you.
in water.
You'll pay for that. Energy depleting.
I'm dying. Need to start using my bombs.
Keep going.
The water is covering up these bullets.
Well done.
Music starting up for some reason. Oh yeah, that's the Data East thing where music changes when you're about to win, like Captain America and the Avengers.
Going.
How come no one ever does that anymore? Music change for your impending victory.
Enemy approaching. Fire, 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 fire.
Hideous. May as well use a bomb on that.
Good job.
I almost died.
Victory.
Thank you for rating Mo has Gridlock. I just realized. Game's kinda loud. Destroy it and save the world, they said, but game's not even half over yet. I'm looking up light gun games for the Coin Op Classic and I wanted to start with this one. Although it's not even a light gun game because it's a joystick game that uses a gun-shaped controller. And I don't suspect a lot of people know about this unless they really look up Data East history.
It's up to you.
Oh, I got a little bit of health back. I think this credit is through on this stage. These things are back. It's one life, but I have 7 health.
Fire down. Beware of the flame.
Has to be another life up soon. Hmm. What do I do? What do I do about this? That's the boss. Already? I don't remember what to do on this boss. Every type of bullet. Remember, you only need to worry about your own side. Any frame spent firing something on the wrong damage, use a frame you should be spending shooting something that will. Circular pattern? Oh. Okay. Now we get this thing. I can't help but notice the boss has not been given its life meter yet. You are trying to give me this. Life. Give it. I see now. That first power up was a trap. I should have gotten it here. I got a lot of life back. So, this is the furthest I've ever been on 1 credit now. Salamander is your weakest bomb, but you can get one back if you're patient. Okay, so it's actually not that long. This is really confusing. Okay. I'll be back to 3 at the end of this stage.
Your history.
Maybe 1cc actually is possible on this game, if I can get this far in 1 credit. But it feels like the game repeats all of its stages after that point. The portal to the Evil Kingdom has been opened. Now do all those bosses again. I'm gonna destroy the portal, but it's still not gonna be the end. Okay. Right in this evil portal's grill. And this is the start of Doom 2. Who gave the zombies swords? Now I can't see what's hitting me.
You'll pay for that.
Focus only on your side and you'll avoid a lot of damage. But this part of the game feels kind of familiar, honestly.
Enemy approaching.
I only did that because I had the shield, which is just... What?
Fire left.
Already?
Enemy approaching.
I'm not seeing what's hitting me.
Light.
Alien guts. Where else was this game gonna end up? So dude. Vishna? Okay.
For the orbiting object.
It's a space area boss. I wasn't joking, this is the Harrier.
One life remaining. Use extreme caution.
I'm dying. Oh. I did not need to use that bomb. A little big bang blitz. Okay, I wasted that bomb. I got jump scared by him getting in my grill. I'm sure you have a lot about to say about this game's presentation and the sound design. Data East at the peak of their power here.
For that.
Dying. I tried. The video doesn't work? There's some emulation glitches, but
You're giving up.
no, I'm not.
Mark.
Well, that's the furthest I've ever gotten on 1 credit. So maybe I can get 3cc or so on this. 1cc might actually be possible. It has to be if it's gonna, if the high score screen is gonna count continues, like Data East like doing in the 90s. What is the exact point when Data East entered this era of just maximum Data East presentation and production values? Taking a lot of damage, and I'm not sure why. I think all of these things will do damage to you instead of just the ones on your side. Yeah, there was an emulation glitch on stage 3, but so far nothing that stands out besides that. And you can even use Audio Mixer to turn the gun speaker down to an acceptable level so it doesn't overpower everything else. The final battle. This game's shorter than I thought it would be, so I can do this in 40 minutes then. Enter the magic circle, return to your own world. There's multiple endings and I don't know what determines them. Back under the first boss block? No, but the second one was. Which I can't tell if that's intentional or not, but either way, it works. No other bosses other than the second boss had a black background. And everyone, I think the main thing people know about Edward Randy is that it was the inspiration for Gunstar Heroes. Taking too much damage. But the main impression I get from anyone who's played Edward Randy is that it should be a lot cooler than it is. It doesn't communicate most basic information effectively. I'm taking a lot of damage now. Also, notice in the HUD that it says Z-type. I don't know what that means. I've never seen it change, and I don't know how to... Because it kind of implies you can get a different kind of gun, but I don't think it's possible at all. So I don't know why that's there. Maybe it's a leftover. The attract mode doesn't mention anything. The flyer doesn't mention it. Might be just a leftover feature they forgot to take away. Ram ass. Well, I don't know what to do about that. Two continues now. What do I do about that? Just blow all my bombs? Did I want to get that right away? I figured that on stage 4, there's one of the power-up items you actually want to skip. Because you get another one later at a much better time for it. But if you skip that, you're not going to get this one. So I need to test that later. Feel the... I remember that. You can kill your player character. Unless there was something here I wasn't supposed to do? Galaxy Force 2 with all that scaling, I can see that. How do I avoid taking damage here?
Energy depleting.
Take lives. You get a lot of life in the few times it actually shows up. It's like, I think there's only 4 life ups total. One of them's on stage 1, where you're least likely to need it.
Don't let them escape.
What's now?
My soul will live forever.
Oh, that's the end. I thought it was longer than that. Hurry up and step inside the symbol. Okay, I got the good ending. I don't know what determines if you get the good ending or not. Yeah, 'cause Samantha just gets dumped straight back into Canada. Just in the middle of the water, no one to catch her. Back into stock photo Canada. Copied a bit by Sin and Punishment. Sin and Punishment is such a cool game, and I don't know as much about it as I should. So I got the good ending, and only 3 credits. This is absolutely gonna go into the Coin Op Classic then, and it'll only take me, 40 minutes. We'll say 45. Part of it was me talking up my custom open fire. Sinden light gun, I have since sold them off. This DIY thing I should have done earlier. But it has a fisheye lens, so I can sit at a more comfortable distance to my screen. I don't think you saw, but... Nobody talks about the Wii game. Yeah, it's really weird because Nintendo pushed it, they marketed it. Anyway, I have 4 of these IR clusters that I had to construct myself. Positioned around my monitor. I was inspired to get around to building Open Fire because I have a PS3 of PlayStation Move, and it works a lot better than you think it would. There's Steve Miller. He's the real... He should have been the face of Data East. Gun Craftwork. Oh yeah, this game uses some technology by Intel, but I don't know exactly what it is. 1992. Well, I got a GunCon 2. There's actually a lot of stuff you can fit inside of a GunCon 2 shell. It's pretty surprising just how it's compact yet spacious inside. So, I have a 3.5mm pigtail here. And I have the Time Crisis pedal, which I've converted to a simple micro switch with no other microcontrollers inside, so all I have to do is plug it into the gun itself, and that's my pedal. But I wanted to use a GunCon 2 because I really like the C button down here. I like using that as an alternative pedal control. There's a default high score that has 0 continues, but it only reached stage 3. So that's my record now. 3 credits. 1cc might actually be possible then. I just gotta practice the last few stages more. AliExpress? So for the longest time, I was never able to actually buy anything in AliExpress. Orders just never finished for some reason. And I just never thought about it anytime anyone said to buy something from AliExpress. At some point this year, that changed. I bought something at AliExpress just to try it out, and I actually got the thing, so, I've actually gotten kind of addicted to buying crap in AliExpress now. And I do mean crap. I go to the Dollar Express store and just buy a whole bunch of stuff, 20 at a time, and wait 2 weeks for it. Maybe some of it will be useful, though. What is this game like with 2 players? Playtoria. But anyway, I had to buy some stuff for my 3D printer on AliExpress. I had to buy a replacement PCB. And, for the tool head. But I was having trouble setting it up because my printer's not very well supported anymore. But the seller told me to go to the maker of that board, who has a Discord in German for support. So I had to use machine translation in German just to ask for help in configuring my board. Really, I should just get a better printer, but that's not viable. Wait a moment for one bond to be automatically recharged. I thought it was like 15 seconds, but it's closer to 5 seconds. And I think that's the key to survival in some bosses. Hoarding bombs is something you should not be doing here. That might be the key to surviving the final stage. Just keep firing the salamander over and over. But I managed to get the good ending. I'll do it in 45 minutes. That's going in. For some reason though, I have to use full screen on MAME, which I don't like doing. But I also had to calibrate my open fire with my monitor set at a 4:3 resolution, or it's going to stretch it out. So I have to aim to the very left edge in order to get to the left side of a 4:3, which is wrong. So let's play something different. Epson printer? Because I'm talking about 3D printer. I have an Anycubic Cobra Max. It is not supported anymore, and replacement parts are extremely hard to find now. I lucked out that it happened to share a lot of parts with a different Anycubic printer, so I had to look for that instead. But I want to get stuff from my Anycubic Cobra Max, but all I can find is stuff for the Anycubic Cobra 2 Max and 3 Max, which are completely different. Let's try something different. A different fully automatic gun. So, this version of MAME, version 0.282, came out on October 31st. The release note says, Happy Halloween, try out Beast Buster's Second Nightmare to test out the new Hyper Neo Geo 64 improvements. Because it was working before, but now you can actually hear stuff. There's still some obvious things missing in the audio, but at least you can hear something. I got to play this at a real cabinet in Osaka back in 2017 or 2018, and I think people should get a chance to try this out once. With that said, I am pretty sure this game is completely impossible to get 1cc. There's just too much stuff you have to just know about and can't react to. Like, even if you know it all, you won't be able to address all of it at once. Oh yeah, it is, because ammo rates are... Why is the blood green? Unacceptable. Meat on. I might want to turn meat off, actually. Because, Gibbs flying around makes it harder to tell if an enemy's been killed. I can't exit the service menu. Well, with Operation Wolf Likes, you have to know where the threats are and be firing at them before they appear. Same as in this game, except there's way more. 3 Marine Commandos to take care of the situation. Unlike the first game, we're not going to show you what they look like, or even give them silly names. You know, between this game and Fatal Fury Wild Ambition, SNK was real big into helicopters, huh? Around this time. I need to get Fatal Fury Wild Ambition in my next mystery tournament now that it runs acceptably. I need more research on the Samurai Showdown games before I try putting one in. So, for whatever reason, this fully automatic machine gun, your only weapon, is reloaded with a pump action, and I don't have one. I want to install a little button here whatever this thing is. But I have this button instead for the shotgun. Yeah. The ISPH. Also, all the text is correct in this SNK game, which doesn't feel right. Chicago font. I do have to maintain some distance. And this is just for show. I'm gonna make no attempt to try to, once you see this. I just wanted to show off that Hyper Neo Geo 64 emulation works up to 25 years. I took a... Okay, I didn't take a hit. Maybe I should turn the blood green after all. To make it more clear who takes a hit, me or the enemy. And it's also... this is a lot more visceral on Real Cabinet because it has the glass in front of the screen. And when all the gips cover the screen like that, the effect is more effective. Also, you don't see the crosshair pulsating when you're transition. Because remember in Beast Busters, the crosshair pulsates between sizes to let you know that your gun is actually firing. Nothing like that here. But I guess in the original game, on real hardware, the gun vibrates. Level 2 bomber can't use. You can only carry 5 bombs. That's how I want to die. I want to just drive a vehicle 200 miles an hour into a brick wall. Like the last episode of Mythbusters. Why did the bomb not hit anything? Most things do 25% damage. Face. Boy and a girl. Remember this boss from the first Beast Busters? The alien guts vehicle? So I think this game came out 1 year after House of the Dead 1. That's why it does this weak points canceling system that House of the Dead would later have. Report on conditions. This whole game takes place inside the hospital. Except the ending, which I don't think is possible to clear in 1 credit. Starting with an extra life. Oops. Wrong button. See what I mean? You want to be firing constantly, but you also have to reload. For a little extra points. I think when a lot of people see this game, the first thing they're gonna say is, "We have House of the Dead 4 at home." No, we don't, because none of the only Hyper Neo Geo 64 game that got ported was Fatal Fury Wild Ambition. They got whole weak points with each of their own health bars. That's very reminiscent of House of the Dead 3. And that game would be out, or wouldn't be out until I think 2001? There's actually music here. I'm amazed my hit ratio is even that high. Why are you keeping hit ratio for a game with fully automatic machine guns? I think there's only 6 stages. No health restored between stages. Come on now. Also good. See? There's no way you're gonna know about that or even react to it. And my credit just ended. It happened again. And the only saving grace is that they do only 20% damage instead of 25. And you have to use bombs in the reverse order you collect them. Barely reacted to that. I'm dying. Oh, they're using the new one to be collecting. I want to see what this level 3 bomb does. Oh. Okay. Have fun lasting long enough to use that, though. That will actually work. It's like the smart bomb in Target Terror. I need to find a way to run Target Terror. I know where to get it. I know how to get it. But I don't know if it'll be worth the effort. I wish that there was a way to play Target Terror Gold without the mini games, because I like all the other additions, but sometimes you just don't want to get interrupted when you're playing the regular game, you know? Maybe it's possible to hack it, to turn all the minigame triggers off. I mean, the minigames are funny, most of them, but sometimes you just want the medal achievements and the other improvements, and nothing else. That's really all I wanted from it. Would have been better if, instead of interrupting the stage for the minigames, you save them for the end of the stage, or the end of the section. That might have been better. Because I always gotta appreciate vending machines containing power-ups. The Wii port of Target Terror is absolutely no good. Absolutely hilarious that a game, like a game that's incompetently ported from arcade would be published by Konami of all people. I always thought it was supposed to be a Lethal Enforcers like, but it actually has a lot more in common with Maximum Force, which I never saw in arcade. Saw plenty of Area 51 though, and even in Area 51 Site 4, which I don't think is as good as the original. I like that scene transition. You think it's gonna be a jump scare, but no, it's just the next scene. And the boss. What's his name from Power Stone? This boss is sensible. In concept, at least. Totally does stuff like that. You have to just guess. You have to just guess and notice which one takes damage when you shoot it. Throwing a bomb will also instantly reload, so it might be useful for that purpose too. Let's just look, I guess. I can manage to beat that boss without continuing somehow. Hello, show knives. No, just test. I'm just showing off my customized IR powered light gun. No chance I'll get anything close to 1 cc. Maybe not even 5 cc. This game's just that unfair. But I managed to clear Dragon Gun in 3 credits. That's my personal best. No fair. Yeah, it runs okay, but even on my high performance PC, so let me show its age a little bit. I can't get 100%. That's fine because this game wasn't 100% itself anyway. Also, its simulation still needs work, but perfectly playable to the end. What is the point of these guys climbing the ceiling? I mean, yeah, they have no legs, but is that more efficient than just crawling along the floor? Also, I don't think the beast sound. Oh yeah, it is. Not entirely sure the beast sounds is supposed to be that loud, but I guess it is. Can't react to that. You have to just know. I wonder what's for dinner. Another thing you can't react to. Imbalance. See, that too. They do it. That's the most messed up thing. When they want to throw crap at you that you can't react to, it happens multiple times in a row. Zero chance you're getting used to that within the first 5 playthroughs. What's now? Gotta go down the laundry chute. Has to be an easier way. You lose your magazine when you take a hit. All that really does is save you the trouble of reloading a few times. I like this Galaga formation of the monsters there. Hideous. Wasted my level 3 bomb. I think you start the game with 5 bombs, but when you continue, you only get 3. Actually, that might not be true either. Ugh. I aimed off screen, and it takes a second for the gun to find itself again. I lost out on health because of it. What's happening down there? Oh. I can't believe I did the whole thing without taking damage. Yeah, you have to just know about that. Also, boss is coming up. So I'm completely stumped on how to do this boss at all. Notice I'm still getting points for shooting it. Oh. Last time I fought that boss, it took a lot longer. What changed? Did rank go down because I continued recently? Destroy the major beast. And do it from the helicopter. This boss is really long. Can we use the onboard guns? They have some, right? Maybe you can get there once you get used to it. Other bombs. No chance I could have done anything about that without bombs. I'm supposed to just know the correct order to hit those. Oh, I can't avoid getting hit by doing that. Maybe I can kill it. Okay. So I guess the answer is just have a lot of bombs. I get the feeling there's supposed to be music there. That's about a 30-minute game. I can show that off, but I'll make do if they don't accept it. Fly off into the sunset and don't think about this stuff again. What's your opinion of Dark Arms, Beastbusters 1999? That's the third game. The nightmare ended with the destruction of a city. This incident was subsequently referred to as the second nightmare. They said that thing. What was the first one then? In all areas, various suspicions that remained were erased by the government, and all data was buried in darkness. No one was yet aware that this was just a hint of things to come. Of what? See, the SNK game where all the text is pretty much perfect. Doesn't feel right. I think Dark Arms is a game that's cool at first, but should be cooler. The fact that it exists and is technically a Beastbusters game is neat. Though I think that's its biggest appeal. They should, I think that's available in one of the Neo Geo Pocket Color collections, right? Though I think, for presentation, I think the first game is funnier. Because it has some cutscenes that don't make any sense no matter how you try to read them. Also, the ending is, more appropriate for this kind of game. Wait, Dark Arms isn't available today? Thought it was. Well, if it's not in any of the collections, it's only a matter of time. By Yume Kobo, right? I wonder why they use a shotgun pump though. It's like they planned a different game. Or they just wanted some way to reload. Yeah, ADK made this. They wanted some way to reload the gun that didn't involve just releasing the trigger. Because in the original game you had to find magazines and shoot at them like Operation Wolf. I guess they decided that won't do. Oh. This is how you're gonna enter your name? You can't just aim at the thing? Come on now. Noise Factory. Okay, that makes more sense. Top 15. Where did I place? 12th. Because score is lost upon continuing. I don't know if it's worth the effort to try to get 1cc, if it's possible at all. It might barely be possible. I mean, they said 3 Marine Commandos, but this is a 2-player game. I don't think you can set it for a 3-player cabinet. Oh, you can. Okay. It's just 2 players by default. Okay, that's why. For some reason, can't exit. Yeah, I know the original was 3 players. I think Mechanized Attack was only for 2 though. Okay, that's why. I want to think the shotgun pump is a holdover from an earlier design though. It just doesn't make sense, using a shotgun pump to reload a machine gun. Okay, let's try the game that I wanted to run for Halloween Horror, the October marathon that Retro Gaming Live did. But it didn't work out for me, because I missed the deadline, and also I would not have been able to stream at the days they held it anyway. I wanted to run the PS1 version because the localization actually works. And for a while in MAME, I just had trouble running this game, but I don't now, so I guess I should be running it. It's in Japanese, but it's pretty easy to tell what you should be doing. I'm going to try to get the best ending. No guarantee that I will. Wonder why this didn't get released in America. It'd be a lot more convenient if it did. I just like this music. And of course, I'm the pink character. Also not sure why they make you play this intro stage. Hang on. Oh, it's not as accurate as it should be. What gives? Yeah, that's completely wrong. I like the way that was Confidential Mission. That's another game I should consider running. I like the way it handles calibrating the gun, because you only have to do one sight at a time, as opposed to 5 points or so. This is worse. Why is this so... Why is the calibration so wrong? I think Confidential Mission is, I think the bosses are a little unreasonable. I have to play with the crosshair because... I don't know why, the calibration in this game is weird. Maybe I should play the PS1 version after all. Yeah, the hitboxes don't seem to add up.
Hold up.
I did see the sit-down cabinet for Confidential Mission. But the bosses are kind of unreasonable, if you ask me. Otherwise, it would just... I guess they had to make the... so it's more than just Virtua Cop 007. So another game I was thinking of running is Lethal Enforcers 2, but Janet has real hardware and isn't able to get anywhere without setting the lives and the score bonus to the maximum amounts. If Janet can do it, if Janet cannot get 1cc, what hope do I have? I'm not getting the best ending. Because the thing is, the first light gun game I ever played was the SNES port of Lethal Enforcers 1. But I think I've seen Lethal Enforcers 1 in arcade maybe twice ever, but I've seen Lethal Enforcers 2 a bunch of times. And I don't know why this game is so hard. The PS1 game is still hard but more reasonable. Maybe I'll just run that. But I won't have any excuse since I have the ability to run the arcade version. I'm going in circles. Okay. Can I shoot out the flames? Oh. Okay. Point Blank X? That game is input lag. And every Kevin and I played it, you can sense the lag of around third of a second. No good for a game like that. It should be a lot cooler than it is. It just doesn't. I don't think it's a good remaster because it loses the spirit of the original art in a lot of ways. And the frame rate's not good either. So, can't say I'm a fan. With that said, I'll play it anywhere I see it. While thinking that it's just lost potential. I don't know why I have such a hard time on that stage. I played Elementor Gerbolt this past summer. And that game is also secretly an arcade game. Okay. I'm aware there's an English version of this game, but I don't like it. The localization is just no good. The PS1 localization is actually pretty good, and I want to use that instead. I think these bosses would be better off if taking damage didn't spend your actual lives here. If there was anything else. Like say if you take 3 hits, then you lose a regular life, and then you lose more lives for every other hit you take after that. I think that would have been a little more fair. But I'm pretty sure you need all 3 of the gems to get the best ending. If not the best ending, then at the very least the true final boss. Can I get one stinking objective? Maybe I should table this. I think that was only counting the ghosts that were trying to eat something. $15 bullets. This is reasonable. I think this might be the hardest boss of the three. Because it's basically the Hanged Man from House of the Dead 1. And I don't get the shortcut. Hey, what am I supposed to do about that? Speaking of House of the Dead. Hideous. How do you get high rank on the first boss? Shoot red only. Hideous. No room for error on that. This is someone's worst nightmare. Should cut if you shoot out the string. Are you for real? I don't remember this game being this hard. 360 scores, 5 bullets. I didn't get it. Oh, I did. Okay. Follow the map and destroy 3. Okay, we get a map this time. First time we had this, no map. Let's go all the way around. Why would they give us the map stage later? You think you would get the map stage first and then no map second, right? I should have shoot the chest. You can actually find you can actually find fan art of this character with a little bit of effort. Not hard to see why. Okay, what happens now? Am I allowed to fight the true final boss without any gems? Is you wanted to take over the world by yourself? I think I am fighting the true final boss. Okay. I just don't get the best ending then. Because you have to get all three in order to skip the first phase, which you really want to do. What hit me? Beware of the flames! Maybe House of the Dead would be a lot more tolerable if you never had to reload. That's what I'm getting out of this. Heck, maybe I can just submit Typing of the Dead. That's an arcade game. I played the arcade game. Okay. So the final boss actually isn't that hard. What ending do I get though? Does anyone change back to Hummin? Well, these people do. They turn into sprites, but they were models on the way out. Oh, we got the regular ending. Is there only one ending then? I thought there was two. You'll regret this. Okay, maybe I can just credit feed this because if there's actually no real penalty for continuing aside from being mocked here. You are the normal hunter. No credits. Oh, it's what, 20 minutes? Oh, 15 minutes. Okay, I guess I can get this in. But I don't know why my crosshair is not accurate here. We'll play a different Namco game where I actually do need a crosshair on screen now. Although, I doubt it's going to get accepted because it requires you be very familiar with the source material to get anything out of it. By the same people. And you do want to have a crosshair for this game. On screen at all times. Because, the Golgo 13 light gun games, I call it light gun, but kind of like Silent Scope, except instead of a second screen for the scope, it's just a piece of glass. And there's a sensor on it. When you put your eye into it, the screen zooms in, so you can get a proper shot. But the crosshair was painted on the glass, and you can't have that in MAME, so best you can do is just keep the crosshair turned on. And to simulate taking my eye down the sight, I just press the down button on the back here. And I have to half pull the trigger to right before it actuates. I saw the Golgo 13 arcade game, the first one, at a MagFest more than a decade ago, and it wasn't turned on. I never got to play it. And it just takes a long time to boot. This is normal. There's an option for language, but it's fixed on Japanese and no other options. I don't know why it's there. So you might think this is I guess point blank, but with sniping. The thing is, the briefing before each stage is scanned pages of the manga. I'm not at all familiar with the show, but I have seen the movie with Sonny Chiba, and I barely remember it. I'm still confused how I was able to do sniping with an M16, though. Now, I think this is just the updated version of a game that came out the year before. Because half the stages just come from that game. It's just reskinned a little bit. And the check mode shows Duke Togo failing. You have to put your eye on the scope so the screen can zoom in and you can actually see what you're aiming at. Why is it failing in the attract? There's internet ranking. You better not steal my password. Here, we can try out what it's like. Doesn't matter what you do then, that's not for points or anything. So, infer for yourself what any of these storylines are about. Because even if you understood Japanese, you still need to know what the original stories were. It's one of my favorites. Cartoon characters on the computer. So here somebody set up us the bomb, and there's only one way to get rid of it. So that's what this game is. A lot of reading manga, and then you take one shot. And they just paid $1.5 million to save that building. Here's a classic stage from the first game. I say classic, but probably we're not even killing anybody yet. A little bit of voice acting would have went a long way here. That's no good. I think someone's been selling forgeries. I'm gonna see what happens. Just destroy this Fugazi diamond. If that thing can't withstand a bullet, what's it good for? We don't even need to kill the guy, we just need to show him that he wasted his money. I guess. $1 million to expose the fraudulent diamonds. Now we start killing people in stage 3 out of 20. Not even that Golgo 13 can find me in here. He's wrong. It's like Agent 47. Always just for the occasion, but he's never ever looks the part. Do a really improbable trick shot here. That's what he's famous for. I don't think so. Why did they install that sniping channel in this pyramid? Right between the eyes, and only counts for 932 points. $1.3 million to avert what must have been World War III or the equivalent. I hate this stage. It's not the worst one, but I don't like it because of the target. And this is another stage straight from the first game. It's a little bit different though. We're gonna have to teach this guy a lesson. Who does he think he is, exposing himself in white Speedos like that? It was a different color in the first game, but it's so much worse here. Also, now the boat is rocking. Wait till the last possible second. I missed. I didn't get him in the head, but I did get him. That'll teach him some manners. Okay, I got him in the chest. Acceptable, but I don't get paid nearly as much. This one's interesting, because we don't use the scope at all on this stage. Stuck scream adds a lot. Infinite bullets. Kill your pursuers. Use the M16 for its originally intended purpose. Oh, we are using the scope. Oh. It's the latest stage where you don't use the scope at all. Take that. Easiest stage in the game, just rapid fire. I don't think they even track where you hit them. Okay. Open place. We need to snipe a guy inside jail without being inside the jail. And there's a very, very small window in which we can do it, thanks to a severe design flaw. Wait for your chance and then shoot. I missed. Because you only get 2 chances to do that. I am so fired. And they give me $510 severance pay. You only get one. Oh, you only get 1 chance to do that? I thought I got a retry. Oh, we got to build a reputation back up. Our Swiss bank account's gonna run dry if we don't. How does he blend in so well no matter where he goes, despite looking like he shouldn't? And she's calling for a doctor. The doctor did not come. This assassin lady is instead. So, not that guy. You. And she still has migraine, but at least she'll live to tell the tale about it. And I got paid $1.6 million. This might be second or third worst stage in the game because the target is probably the smallest in the game and it moves really fast. I haven't managed to solve it. Also from the first game. But in that game it shows up later than this. Take out this lady and make it look like an accident. Cause I guess we need to implicate that dude. Basically, we have to destroy her shoesies. And you have 6 seconds to do it. It's the only way we can make it look like an accident. I didn't get it. This is so hard. We're fired. This is what happens to Golgo 13 when he gets fired. And he forces him to reconsider. Try again. This time we get 13 seconds. Target moves slower. Way slower. Oops. I did not kill it the correct way. $240. That's so hard. Explain that away. I mean, that guy gets off scot-free, and he's not supposed to. Maybe if I wait to the very last second, I can exclude most of her model from the screen. Okay. We have to take out the next target inside a moving train. Oh. Oh, not inside a moving train, inside a heli-chopper. The train station comes later. Take out this dude here. Got him. Nobody is safe. Meeting G over there. It's an emergency stage. I don't even get to consider it. Infinite bullets. Take out these guys. No scope these guys. All the stock screams in the world. Hitboxes are all tiny. But then you have to take out this guy in one bullet. One bullet, anywhere will do. And they are tracking your position here. I'll get 10% out of that. Okay. Squash the coup d'etat. I think I'll have better luck with light gun games in general if I reduce the resolution even more. If I bring the resolution down to 800 by 600, I'll have a lot more forgiveness with the pixels. What's the only way to... Oh yeah, I'm thinking something different. If we kill the leader, the entire operation is aborted. I barely got that. I've never managed to get 1,000. It might not be possible to. Okay, we're building a rep back up. There's another gimmick stage. It could be one of multiple targets, and we're not gonna know who it is until the dog points it out at the very end of the time limit. Not only that, we still have to hit him in the head. Why does he bother dressing up for this if no one's gonna see him? Okay, so the dog is gonna point at the target. Shoot anyone before that, and it's a failure. It could be any one of these three guys. I missed. We're fired. No, not yet. I should just shoot him anywhere other than the head so I can at least continue. I don't understand this stage at all. We have to abort a horse race, I guess. But we don't get to see the consequences as animals. One of the horses has been drugged. We gotta do something about that. Yeah, the shoot it in the ass. Anywhere else will not do. Number 29. Right there. We have to take their word for it that it went the way we planned. This stage, it looks worse than it really is. Watch me mess it up now. You know, I could probably with a lot of effort transcribe all of this text with OCR and then auto-translate it to get an idea of what's happening. Just use this recording and extract all the text. Maybe I'll do that if I really want to submit this. Although truth be told, there's other games I want to run instead. Because barely anything happens in this game. So our objective is punch this guy's one-way ticket to Chomp City. We have to shoot at the string. And then he'll die of trauma instead of a bullet. Oh. Why did it have to be like this? I don't know. I guess they didn't want any blood in the water. Okay. Night mission. Distract everyone with a flare, and then we kill this guy. Can't even button his shirt this late at night. I don't know if this flickering is correct. There you are. Yeah, that can't be correct. I have to be able to see him. That's the most classical assassin shot there. Right between the eyes. No need for us to do that. How do you stop a war from happening? How else? You take out their only main battle tank. And you do it with one bullet. Why can't there be more stages like this? Okay, this one's kind of annoying. Because it always feels like I only barely have enough time to clear it. There's 4 screens. You gotta look for the correct target in one of them. And he will not reveal himself until close to the end of the time limit. These 4 guys from MI6, one of them is gonna turn traitor. Okay. Eliminate the spy. See here? We have to look for the guy, and once one of them starts charging in. This guy. I missed! Somehow we haven't been fired for that yet. Okay. We will be after one of these 2 stages, though. And guess how we're gonna do it. Gotta shoot out the tire. You think any tire would do because it's four-wheel drive, since this is a rally car, but has to be that one. I missed. We're fired. How many continues is this now? Only 2? Yeah. There again, this time we get more time. So I guess this isn't terrible. I did this in 3 credits. 14 seconds. Isn't that the same time limit I had before? There we go. Look like an accident. I guess if the tire pops and they don't find the bullet, it looks like it really was an accident. I feel like it should be getting more than just a few $1,000,000 for all of this intrigue. It's one of the worst stages. This is the stage where you have to take out a guy from inside of a moving train, inside of a building. Namco. In case you forgot who made this. I can't believe I got him. First try. I don't think I got him in the head though. Nope, not even close. But I can at least see the end of the game. Last stage. Alright, Galgo 13 meets his match on the computer. I think they've been building a clone of this guy. Take him on in a duel. Maybe no scope most of this. This isn't in the first game. Then we have to take one last shot in a really dumb anime scene. I missed. I always miss this first time, and for some reason we're not allowed to shoot back. 100% damage. We have to continue just to get the final revenge. That sucks. And it does not get easier the more times you do it. Hey, you don't ever scope this stage at all. A game about sniping, and the last stage is not a sniping challenge. It's a duel. With really annoying camera work. I missed again. With the saddest Swiss bank account in the world, only $1,900 total. Why do I keep missing? Again, I missed. How and why? Maybe I need to shoot earlier. $2,000 this time. I'm gonna see about getting target terror, actually. Right. Ideal pattern for what good that does me. There you go. Keep forgetting about that. This town ain't big enough for the two of us. I like here, they show the results screen inside their lab instead of on screen. It's a pretty good stage, all things considered, though. It's over. All those man hours, all that R&D money, and look where it got us. And that's the whole ending. I think the first game ended with the stage where, you have to shoot down the 8 dudes and then the helicopter. Which feels like a more appropriate ending. It's kind of like the ending of Silent Scope. If I want to run Silent Scope in the Coin-Op Classic, it would have to be one of the first 2 games. Either Silent Scope 1 on Dreamcast or Silent Scope 2 on PS2. Silent Scope 2 has some really... The cutscenes need to be seen to be believed if you haven't seen them. And Silent Scope 1, I think, is just... Some of the bosses are really dumb in Silent Scope 1. But it might actually be easier just because it's not as long. I don't think I need to submit this to Coin-Op Classic. Too little action for the kind of game it is. And that's it. If I'm gonna run Silent Scope, it has to be on emulator, because you can run Silent Scope 1 on the Dreamcast, and the VMU screen is the scope. Very much, you did it because you could, not because you should. Don't steal my snipe code. I was well into... I got more than $8 million in my first credit. Probably not the kind of thing you want to turn into a marathon, even if you were good at it. Hmm. Okay, I got 3 games I can turn in. I can run Dragon Gun, which is my #1 pick. Beast Buster's Second Nightmare, just to show it off. And Ghoul Panic, because I wanted to run it in October and couldn't. Other games I would consider running: Lethal Enforcers 2, Silent Scope 2. Let's see. There's the Wii version of Gunblade NY and LA Machine Guns. Those are okay ports. Let's see, what else do we have here? Operation Thunderbolt. Because I got the Operation Night Strikers compilation, and unfortunately it's not a good one. The compilation has a lot of things wrong with it. M2 was not ready to prepare it. Or not, they were not ready to release that. Because the PC version, I can't use my light gun on it. Something about them not supporting absolute mouse coordinates. Steel Gunner, I can turn that in. But can't get 1cc on it. If I had a wheel, I would run Lucky and Wild. For a long time, the audio emulation didn't work right, but now it does. I could try Time Crisis 2 again. I'll run the PS2 version. Or, There's no good way to run the arcade version of Crisis Zone. The PS2 version changes too much. It's not close to arcade accurate. Death Crimson Ox? Now got an arcade release. It has a USA release. It's in Flycast. And Confidential Mission, of course. But I think Confidential Mission is going to take some time. Or for comedy, I could run Carn Evil. Yeah. Let's see. Alien 3, The Gun. What was that other Sega light gun game? It's not in the cat list, even though... Let's see. Rail Chase. I can do that. Rail Chase 2, which is Model 2. Line of Fire. That might be worth running. There's also Maze of Kings, but I'm not big on that game. Also, yeah, this Naomi. Are there any decent Atomiswave light gun games that aren't just sports shooting? Oh, Operation Wolf 3. which is not part of the collection, even though it should have been. Under Fire. That's a game I ought to run. Might not be possible to get 1cc on it though. Actually, I'll be running for 2.5 hours. Because the light gun category in Arcade 64 has a lot of games that are very much not light gun. I don't know why it's sorted this way. The cat list is more accurate, but it's missing stuff. Yeah, I think I'll just do more streaming another day. More than 2.5 hours of light gun action. Even though a lot of it had very little action, probably not a good idea to go longer. Not this time of night. So thanks for watching. Oh, and I need to see the quality of this stream later. Probably not going to be counted among my regular streams. Actually, oh, maybe it will. Why not? Yeah, I guess it will count. Enough of me.